If you're a single mom, how do you date? I feel like I'm having a hard time finding the balance between being a single mom and then dating. I am so overprotective of my daughter. Like, I won't leave my daughter with anybody to watch her just to go on a date. But I did start talking to this guy or whatever, and we know each other already. So, like, we already have that bond. Like, we were friends. We have that little connection. But he started, like, standing me up. Like, he started slacking because we would have plans. So I would like get myself ready, I'd get my daughter ready for bed, I'd put her to sleep, and then he just would not show up. And I feel like I should have cut him off right there, but because like I'm such a lover girl, and I feel like when I'm talking to a man, that's the only man I'm talking to. Should have cut him off, but I didn't, because since we already knew each other, like he's been to my house before, he's met my daughter, I'm comfortable with him. So why would I stop talking to him when I already know I'm comfortable with him? You know what I mean? But I don't want to tolerate too much. Like, since I became a mom, I'm quick to cut people off. Like, if you don't like something, I'm cutting you off, because I don't want my daughter subjected to like no toxic behavior or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we all had that young like toxic stage, and like once you grow out of it, like you don't want to go back into it. But I'm like, should I just cut him off and like stay to myself like I have been doing, or should I like keep talking to him? Like, I don't know what to do, so give me advice. Good night, good night, good night.
Well, at least this young single parent is open to suggestions. Now, I have been told before by a handful of my female viewers that I should give out more dating advice to single moms out there. Okay, let's do that using this young mommy queen as a basis of advice. First, self-evaluate based on facts, not your truth. What I mean by that is, although this young woman is attractive, being a single mother lowers your SMV because most men accept they will never be your number one priority. So, you will not be their number one priority. Sorry ladies, but that's the reality you must accept. Second, I would say patience is going to be your best friend moving forward. And I mean that in every sense of the word. You'll be ghosted the same way women have ghosted guys before. Plans will be canceled on you. Date expenses will go up. It will be frustrating finding a man who is interested in a LTR. You will have to vet men more closely. Carousel writing should be a thing of the past, as it sets a bad example for your regrets. You cannot demand a man you want to take care of you. That is a bad strategy. It is smarter to make him feel welcomed into a warm, loving home he may eventually decide to take the responsibilities of. It would also be wiser to date a man several years or a decade plus your senior. That way, chances of finding a lonely imp with money is higher. To my male viewers, don't get mad at me for that one. Let every man pick their own path, I always say. Lastly, ladies, your high standards / requirements list, you might as well wipe your rear end with that. Once you decided to become a mom, your Cinderella story practically concluded. This was good free advice, ladies. Take it if you want, or default to calling it misogyny. It doesn't make a difference to this gorilla because I'm not the one who was having these issues to begin with.
Damn!
Moving on.
My one rule for dating now, it's a new rule. I've learned how to break out of trauma bonds. I've learned how to go no contact. I've learned how to stand up for myself, assert myself. And now I'm in a place where, because I assert myself so well, and I am so direct, and I do set good boundaries, and I speak up for myself, now good men are coming out of the woodwork for me. It's nuts. I have a choice now. I'm like, you mean I don't just have to accept this terrible behavior? It's weird. Anyway, but my new rule is, if a man is displaying behavior that I would not accept from my son, if I would not accept seeing my son treat a woman that way, I will not accept a man treating me that way, because my son is going to see it. And my son, my number one goal in this life is to make sure that my son does not become a bad man. He will be a good man, and he will treat women right. So I cannot, under any circumstances, accept behavior from men for me, because he'll see it. And he'll become it. His role models in life are men, okay? He loves his mother, but he looks up to the men in his life. So I need to make sure he's got good men in his life.
Before I state the obvious here, which I am sure the bulk of my male viewers already figured it out, let me give this young dating single mommy credit for doing the wise thing in choosing to date good men for her son's sake. That's actually a smart play, and considering she still has youth and has retained some middle-of-the-road attractive features, I am confident she can get a man to put a ring on it in the next couple of years. Okay, now my non-filtered jerk side is gonna comment. Queen, why in the blazing blazes didn't you have this rule before becoming a single parent? You're not fooling anyone here. This story is so transparent, only other women who think you are stunning and brave are going to buy it. Ladies, do I have to say the reasons why she more than likely made this new rule?
How come? Tell me why! Say it! Say it!
It's because chances are she, like many other young, empowered, independent queens, went straight for the bad boys. Got knocked up. Chad/Tyrone didn't put a ring on it. She decided to repackage her taco to the imp market, and hoping a thirsty imp continues another man's save game.
The thirst always wins.
And she doesn't want her son to be a player. Yes, boys need a man in their lives. Men keep them on the straight and narrow legally, no doubt. But your boy has the player's genes. They will develop eventually. Hey, don't get upset with me for saying that. Some in the scientific field call it the playboy gene. A link in the description. Well, if a queen has the kid of a man who was community D, there's a chance her son will become community D eventually? Oh well, I guess queens don't think about that when they go pole hopping. Moving on.
So I want to talk about something that's been really annoying me lately. This is going to be Icks About Men, but single mom version. So something that's been getting under my skin is men not understanding what it means to be a single mom. So as a single mom, a single working mom, I have my plate full to the maximum, right? I don't have free time. The time that I do have free, I just want to relax. So one, I get it. I'm single. Yes. Do I want to date? Sure. If I meet the right person, right? But if you invite me out for a dinner, or drinks, especially during the weeknight, come on. You know I have things to do. I'm sure you have things to do the next day. I have a child to take care of. I can't just go out late at night just whenever, right? So you have to take that into consideration. So if you're really going to invite me out, one, make it worth my time. And what do I mean by make it worth my time? Just don't invite me out to dinner and drinks. Get creative. Invite me out for an activity. Do something different. Do something that's going to be worth my time and effort. I am taking time out of my evening to meet with you, to go and enjoy your company, to see how things work, if we're compatible. I'm making an effort, so I expect you to make an effort.
She is expecting men who invite a single mom out on a date to make an effort and make the date worthwhile. Okay, there are several factors here that can go either way. Yes, dates should be fun, no doubt about that. But keep in mind there, Cohen, you are a single mom, meaning he has to work around your schedule. 90% plus of all men are not going to bend over backwards for you. Also, you are not a first-round draft pick for a HVM when he can invite a childless woman out on a date. You could argue you are prettier than the childless woman, but trust me, your baggage lowers your SMV a good chunk. Listen, sister, if a man who makes six figures invites you out to a sit-down date at a cafe, consider yourself lucky.
Squeeze me? Oh, no, you did.
Oh, you queens don't agree. He is taking time out of his busy schedule to vet you. This queen would probably fail that vetting process. Look at it this way. Single moms dating are very common. A HVM that is willing to date a single mom, not so much.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
So don't just assume that I'm going to be able to drop off my child somewhere, because most likely I'm not. So unless you're offering to pay for the babysitter, I'm not going on that date. Also, offer to pay for the babysitter. That's going to make me more receptive to want to go and spend my time with you. And another thing, do not just assume that you can invite me and my daughter out. No, I do not introduce my daughter to guys. That's a no-no. So there's that. And also, don't just assume that you're going to invite me out for drinks and I'm going to show up. What makes you think that I'm going to put my safety in jeopardy by drinking and driving? So unless you're going to offer to pick me up and drop me off or Uber me there and back, it's a no on the drinks during the week. So moral of the story is, come on guys, if she's a single mom, she already has a lot on her plate. So don't add to her plate. Don't make her life more stressful. Don't make her plan out the date that you want to take her on. Like, that's not going to happen. So all I'm going to say is, do better. And to everyone asking me out on freaking dates lately, literally, if the shoe fits, then it fits, okay? That's all I gotta say.
Offer to pay for the babysitter. Whatever this queen is smoking, it could probably drop a rhino. Your expenses and responsibilities are not another man's problem. The shaming angle of Come on, guys, she is a single mom is viewed as piteous among men. 100% of women made the decision of being a mom. That means all responsibilities, to include the possibility of single motherhood, are yours. It's good she is a responsible drinker, but I still guarantee this entitled singular mommy would never accept a coffee date because she deserves better for being a strong and independent mother. Let me explain something here that many of these young women with a litter don't seem to comprehend. You do not dictate your own SMV. The dating market will let both men and women know exactly where they fall into, and getting a lot of date offers as a woman is easy. Getting a quality date is the hard part, as shown by this queen demanding better dates. Sorry, sister, you can only get what your SMV can afford. Either that or find the biggest imp out there who doesn't mind the high mileage and the trunk full of baggage. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.